Javi, thanks for taking the time to speak to us here. I just want to know, how are you feeling? It's been a tough week or so for you.
Yeah, a tough week because we are coming from a terrible defeat, conceding a lot of goals, and it was hard to accept. But when you win, you have to be ready for the next, and when you lose as well. In this case, we need to, to to improve our last performance and try to get a better result, because there are only 7 games left, and is our mentality in this moment.
But personally, for you, players can go home after training. They can go off and do whatever they want to do and nearby. But for you as the manager, once they're gone, you're still here. I don't know if you're even getting enough rest, really.
All of us, we have the different responsibilities, and I try to do my job as better as possible, the players as well. And what is important is all of them, we are in the same way. All of us, we are in the same way. All of us, we are working hard to improve our position, our performances, and with this mentality is the way we want to achieve our target at the end of the season.
The players, all the staff here, every single person is looking to you to be the motivator. How do you motivate yourself?
Yeah, I don't need nothing different than in other moments of my life. I like my job. I enjoy watching videos, preparing the games, spending time with my players, trying to look for the way to improve. It's my job, and preparing every different plannings for the games. Is something I really love. And in this case, with better or bad results, it doesn't change. It's something I do, and I do it very, very happy.
Yeah, well, you obviously spent a lot of time analysing the footage of matches and your opponents and matches that have already been played. What has been the reason for the drop in results, do you feel, from when you joined Leeds United to where we are now, heading to the final 7 games of the season?
Yeah, in my opinion, different circumstances that maybe change some dynamics. But to be honest, the last game we played against a very good team, Liverpool, that in my opinion was very better than us, and they deserve of course the win. And we can speak about the goals we've conceded in the last 2 games. We've conceded 11 goals. And it's something we have to change. We have to come back the way we've competed before. It's true, in the last game we didn't play our best level, and the second half against Palace neither. But the rest of the games, with wins or defeats, always we did it. We competed in a very good level. Then, knowing this, we have to look the last 2 games with perspective, and to know we were able to compete well, and now in the next games, the important 7 games we have to play, we have to come back this way.
Is it frustrating though when you have key players getting injured? I was just in your press conference. You mentioned Wilfred had some issues. We know about Tyler. Patrick Bamford, you mentioned him in the press conference as well. Just as you're trying to find a solution for your matches, for your results, for the club, something happens and a player breaks down. And that's not anything you can control either.
Yeah, but it's what happens many times. You don't try to look for the explanation. What you have to do is to try to look for the solution, try to look for the way to compete with the players you have. Sometimes you have injured players, but in other moments you have all the squad, and you have to decide to choose players. It's something, it happens, and you have to accept it. The most important is to believe in the players you have, and in this case I do it.
How strong a belief do you have in youth players from the academy? Is that part of your ethos as a manager?
Yeah, of course. It's an important part for me to teach them the way they can improve. Maybe they are not the present in this moment in the first team, but for sure they are going to be in the future. We have amazing young players in the academy, and some of them training with us every day, and it's something not only me, it's all the different staffs in the academies are involved, and all of them work on these players.
Given the last 2 games, we don't need to talk about that, but I want to focus on your next 3 games. So it's Fulham, you got Leicester, you got Bournemouth. Is this a season-defining period for you?
Yeah, I agree. The next 3 games are very important for us, but you know, I always try to be focused only in the next one. Is the best way. Don't lose energy looking at the table, looking the next 4 or 5 games. I prefer to spend my time preparing the next game and giving our 100% in the next game.
What approach was best, do you think, to get the players ready for the next game? Let's just focus on just Fulham. How do you approach it, given what happened on Monday night, given what happened in the previous game before that? Do you have to give the players a bit of time off to think for themselves? Do you demand more on the training ground, more time in the training ground? What's your approach?
Yeah, I think it's important to know why we lost the last game, why we didn't get our best performance, and after analyze that game, I think it's better to start as soon as possible to prepare the next one. On the pitch, speaking with them, because they need the confidence, they need the support in this moment as well to believe that they are able to compete the way they usually do, and that to think the last 2 games were something exceptional, something different. We usually compete better.
Yeah. Do you feel any fault lies with you as a manager? Do you feel you got anything wrong over the last 2 games?
I try to be demanding with myself. I try to analyze the decisions I took, if I could do something different. I try to be very, very critic with myself. It's the way to improve.
Yeah, that's true. What about experience? Your time at Watford, what experience are you drawing from your time with the Hornets to where you are now?
Yeah, different experiences, different teams, in different moments, but the experience always is important. Give you a good experience to manage different or difficult moments, to know how important in this part of the competition is to train more, to rest more, to support more the players, to be more critical with them. You know, all these experiences you have, I think are good for manage the team in this crucial moment of decision. Yeah.
Okay, I have about a minute and a half left. So can I just ask if you give a message, if you look down this camera, is it Benji? Just to say hi to all the Malaysian fans, because you know as well as I do how passionate Leeds United fans are, and they're equally as passionate 12,000 kilometers away.
Okay.
So just anything down the camera.
Hi all the Malaysian fans, support the Leeds, of course.